Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name is Mandy and welcome to my channel all about cross stitch. You can also find me on Instagram at stitchingbee82 where I share stitching updates, pictures of my cat, craziness, just all sorts of fun life stuff, I guess. Today we've got all the things. This may actually be a fairly full video. I've got a new start, I've got 2 finishes, I've got 3 whips, including 2 really old ones that nobody has seen this year because I haven't worked on them. One of them I worked on last time in, actually I think they both were last worked on December of 2020. I don't think I said, but today is Sunday, September 5th, 2021. Can't believe it is now September. It is crazy. Michigan weather has turned so much for the better at the moment. We've had a very hot summer, and so the temps this weekend have been in the 70s, and it's just been absolutely perfect. I am loving the reprieve on the AC for a little bit because the 80s and the 90s have just, it's been killer. So getting down into the 70s has been wonderful. I've been so enjoying it. So yeah, I do have some haul and some happy mail. So let's go ahead and dive into it, shall we? Let's go ahead and start with the new start, since that's what I have first here, I guess. So last night it was like 10:30. I'd had a full day, and well, I'll tell you about that later because that was kind of a fun day. Not kinda, it was a great day. But so come 10, 11 o'clock, I was just beat and tired, and got the whim of, hey, let's get up a new start. So I did, and then I started it today. So this is out of the Just Cross Stitch magazine from April 2016. I have the digital version, so I just have a screenshot of the page, you know, the piece, since I've got it on my iPad. I originally had bought the digital issue for the, I know it's Priscilla, but I think it's when she was still working with, was it Hands-On Design? It was the spring. I've also got another issue that had the winter. I don't know at this point if I'm still wanting to stitch those, but hey, they're in my stash if I want to. So out of the magazine, it is called Floral Trivet Set. Sorry for the glare there. But I decided to start on the sunflower. So that one is labeled as tulips, and then we've got sunflower. Just really pretty. They're little. They're like 70 by 70 stitches. And so yeah, I'm keeping the floss in a Floss Buddy Flip, bendy flip. It's the smaller one. It is full of colors. I've actually got more floss colors than what will fit in here, but I pulled colors for both pieces. So this is on an adorable little Peanuts one. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be putting things. And so this is my start. I am using a piece of 16 count material in Sea Spray. There's no company name on it, but it's not like a hand dyed, so I don't know if it's like Witchell or Swagger or anything like that. It's a piece that I had already cut down, so but yeah, so I gotta start on the sunflower. And so yeah, this is just today's, like I said, I started it today, and so it's like 300 stitches, so this actually may stitch up pretty quick. I've got the material all rolled up, so I've actually got enough to be able to do the other one right here on the same one as well. These very well may end up being journal pages. No, you know, I don't really have a whole, I'm not planning on turning them into trivets or anything of that nature, but so they just might end up being little pages for my stitching journal. And it's gonna be a fun one. Like I said, it seems like it's gonna be a quick, I know, famous last words, this will be a quick stitch. Now, speaking of a quick stitch, my finish, the first finish, was a quick stitch. I stitched this, I think, in 3 stitching sessions. Yeah, and then there's stitches. I know people love seeing her. little quick flash. So I shared this last week that I had started it, and it's a finish. The piece is, I don't have the original picture at the moment, since I have the finish. It is I Practice Stitchcraft from Willow Hill Samplings. Yeah. I love it. I found it. I sent a picture of it to Shannon Bromo on Instagram. She can be found on here on Flosstube as the Sota Stitcher, as in Minnesota. Love her channel, by the way. Love her to pieces as a human being, anyways. And I said we need to stitch this. So it's just her and I that's stitched it so far. But I did have a hashtag of Stitchcraft Sale. So if you feel like hopping on just because I finished it, please go ahead and hop on as well. Stitch it up. Like I said, it is a very quick stitch. It will fit in a 5x7 frame. Let's go ahead and show it. I haven't ironed anything yet, so hoop marks galore. I did actually go to Michael's this morning already. I have picked out a little 5x7 frame, and so if I've got sticky board at some point, I want to get this framed up. So it is stitched on a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus in the color Shale. It is kind of a purplish color. I cannot for the life of me get a good picture of this. The floss is purple. Very deep purple, almost reddish, I guess. It's a good picture of what it looks like. But for the life of me, I just cannot get a picture of what this looks like. So I did post it on Instagram yesterday, but I can't get a good picture of what the colors look like. But that's looking pretty good right there. Sun is shining here in Michigan today, and so it's looking good. I loved the borders. They were so fun. Kind of funky and just multiple different options. You know, it wasn't the same repetitive all the way around. So I loved this piece. 16 count shale, coloring cotton in dark truffle. And there's a good color of what it looks like. Coloring cotton, love them to death. In fact, that's what the Happy Mail is. Can't wait to share it with you. So yeah, very fun piece to stitch. So if you're looking for something quick and easy, I'd say fairly easy, pick this one up. Willow Hill Samplings. In fact, they've got a 15% off sale going on right now. I don't know when it ends, so by the time you watch this, that sale could be gone. But I did see on their Instagram, they do have a sale. Could be just for the weekend. All right, so we've got another finish. So I won this in a giveaway from Ms. Deanna, Darling and Whimsy Designs. Oh my gosh, I love these quirky Quakers. They are so adorable. And I've got her owl on order from the Needlework Expo that just finished up last weekend. And so I can't wait to get that one too. But this is the Ladybug. And I used what has become my favorite hand-dyed red. It is Poinsettia from Forbidden Fiber. That's a good picture of what it looks like. It goes from darker to lighter. I just adore this red. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus in Tyco. And I just use DMC 310 for the black. There we go. That looks so good. I stitched, because of it being variegated, I did stitch individual X's as I went along. And the way the body turned out is just so perfect. It's got this really dark patch right across right in there and a little bit up in there. So I love this. So I just keep adding to this piece of material. That's why I had it all folded up so you can just see that. Again, eventually probably going into stitching journal again. So that's why they're kind of placed very oddly. Obviously I didn't line up. I really didn't line that up. No big deal because those are going to be cut down, and I think I want to make a whole page of the Quakers. So we've got the fox. I just looked this one up. I think that's cotton candy. is the color, color and cotton. The, so that's the fox. The middle one is a fish. I think it's Fish and Bones, something like that. That one came as a gift chart in a package from Caroline off the grid needle arts Evertotes. Leo, the thread is used with Leo and Roxy. So while very similar to the poinsettia, that was a red from Leo and Roxy, also sold by Evertote. I don't remember the colorway of that one. Then the pumpkin I've shared before, that was out of a Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition. I don't know the details on it. From one of the magazines. If you want to know the details on that, I can look back and find it for you. I know I used a color and cotton orange. Again, I don't know the details of it. So I figured I'd get a good use out of this whole piece of material and just keep adding on to it, and eventually I want to get things added to my stitching journal. So that's my new start. 2 whips. Sorry, 2 finishes. Oh, we've got some whips. So after finishing the ladybug the other day, I decided I wanted to start stitching on a piece that I didn't know what I wanted to stitch on. Went through my basket of whips over here and finally decided to stitch on a piece that I haven't stitched on in ages, and I need to get it done. It's such a small one, and there's no reason why it's not done yet. Bendy Stitchy, trimming the tree. Pattern's a little beat up at the moment just from being in the bag and the way the bag's been in there. I adore this. It is so freaking cute. I am changing up colors, like the little bird that I've got here. I've changed that color completely. I think it was just a matter of I was pulling colors and I didn't have all of the called for threads in my stash, and so I just was, well, the bird will look good in this, you know, things will look good in that. You'll see in a second, I am stitching the snowman in a 12, so I'm using the white etoile. I haven't gotten to it yet, but the hat and the scarf is charted in 2 or 3 different colors. 2 different colors. I will be using a color in cotton that is well variegated to stitch those up. I think I said it, I haven't gotten to that yet. So yeah. It's still on the hoop. Get that out of the way. So I've got the tree itself all done. I still have to add on like there's ornaments and such, and then the big star at the top, but I got a big start on the snowman. So you can tell the little bird is so cute. I used a brown, I know, I don't remember what, it's a DMC, but I used a little brown for that. So yeah, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see. It's the etoile white. Stitches. Get down. Sorry, she's on the screen. So yeah, the arms look kind of funny because they're not really attached to anything yet, but working my way through that, the snowman. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus, which I seem to love. I don't remember the color name in it. It's a blue. So, love it. Need to get it finished. So from winter Christmas stitching, I bounced back to Halloween. Last night I decided I really wasn't sure what I wanted to stitch on. I got a little bit of maybe 100 stitches into Midnight Moon. Not Midnight Moon. Midnight Messenger, my Maid. I'll show that to you next. So then I got the bug to stitch on a piece that I haven't stitched on in forever again. So this was, again, another whip that I haven't touched since January, or December 2020. This was in the Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine. I miss that magazine so much, from September of 2013 edition. It's labeled Spooktacular Treat Bag. And this is what it's going to look like. I just photocopied the page out of the magazine. I'm not stitching it on that dark of a blue of a piece of material. That was back when I really didn't have much material on hand. So I used a piece of, I think it's pewter. This is 18 count pewter. kind of like the same company as that, that first one that I showed, my new start. That was just kind of like a Swagger or which. So yeah, I am loving this piece. I don't know why I let it sit for so long. So basically I have from here up is all done, including backstitch. Bat is backstitched. That whole roof line is all backstitched. That I remember that being a beast just because there's lots of quarter stitches in that, and just trying to get that backstitching lines, you know, kind of getting those shingle lines and all of that kind of stuff. So I still have some back stitching over here to do. There will be a spider sitting on top of here, so the flag just is currently not connected to anything. But last night I started filling in some of the window, some of these really pale white grays, and some of this little doorstep. It's on a weird cut of pewter. I think it was, if I remember right, this was a piece that I used. I've got a cat stitched, so it was just kind of the remainder of that. So rather than cutting it all down, it's not going to go much further down than this. There's going to be kind of a little bit of grass or whatever. There's a couple pumpkins sitting here, but yeah. So this is such a fun piece too. I don't know why I let it sit for so long. It's so funny that I really don't decorate a whole lot for Halloween. It's not like I go all out for the holiday. I don't have little kids to take trick-or-treating and, you know, that kind of stuff. But I just adore stitching Halloween. Cannot get enough Halloween stuff. So then the last whip that I've got to share. Get the picture here, maybe. Midnight Messenger artwork is by Ann Stokes. Charted by Heaven and Earth. Love this piece. It's felt good to be able to give this one some love. Still stitching away on page 1. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count white Aida 2 strands full cross. There we go. You can just see the detail in the tree, it looks like. I mentioned last week about how I figured out that the owl is going to be right here. And so it's not looking like much at the moment, but basically I was choosing a color and I was following the stitches. Basically, I was able to just keep stitching down, filling this stuff in, and then it's starting to make that owl. So, and then I'm slowly working my way through here. It's a blend of, not a blend, but a mix stitch-wise of 939, which is a super, super dark navy, almost black, and then 310, which that's what these colors are, is 310. So I was able to fill in a bunch over here. So I'm working that 939 row by row as I move down the page. I've got like, I don't know, maybe 10 rows left on this page of that color. So working my way through that. So yeah. That is all of my whips, my new start, my finishes. So really just have a couple pieces of haul, Happy Meal, to share. So plans wise, I want to keep plugging away on that piece on Midnight Messenger. I'm just loving the progress I'm getting on that. And then probably back to the new start of that floral trivet set. So, a little bit of haul, right on top. If you get the fabric of the month from Bestitch Me, and you haven't gotten your August one yet, I don't remember exactly which one this is. I think I go back and forth between neutrals and like all color or any color type of thing. So this may be more of the any color. So if you don't want to see it, look away. But the name of it is Garden Party, and it is, I'm gonna actually show this one full out, kind of a peachy pink. And this one's got some interesting modeling on it. It's still subtle, not like real big patches of it, but like there's a little bit of a green or something right there. So really pretty. Alrighty, So, Happy Mail, that's kind of next on this little stack that I got going on here. If you are not following the Color and Cotton Facebook page, I would suggest you do so. She shares different business updates or whatever of that nature. But on Fridays, she posts a Friday giveaway that basically you just have to comment on the post and you're entered to draw. And so I won last Friday's. Yeah, it was last Friday that she had posted 3 fall colors of thread, and then she said, or the post said that it'd have some other goodies or something thrown in as well. And so basically you just had to comment on the post. And so it was actually this past Monday night, I went to dinner with my mom, came back home, and, you know, do what you do, hopping back on Facebook, and I was tagged in a comment that I won. I was so surprised. Wasn't expecting it at all. So the 3 colors are Coffee Bean, Spiced Cider, and Ruby. And they are definitely the perfect fall colors. They're gorgeous. So very pretty. So the other goodies that were in the package, I even sent her an email thanking her, her being Angela, because this is unbeknownst to her, she picked my exact fabric count and kind, and so I will definitely be finding something for this. It is a piece of 16 count fennel seed, in Ada, and so I'm an Ada stitcher. She easily could have thrown in a piece of linen or even weave or something that would never get used. So the fact that she, nowhere in the post did it say anything about material, she never asked. It is by pure coincidence that I got a piece of my go-to material. And so it is a beautiful neutral called fennel seed. I think I might already know what I'm going to stitch on it, in fact. So, very cool. So I thank Angela so much. I doubt she watches my videos at all, but wonderful customer service. Like I said, I won on Monday. I immediately got her my address. I think maybe it shipped out on Tuesday and it came in on Friday. So awesome. So then last little bit of haul, and I guess the video is not going to be a whole lot longer than it normally has been lately. But I participated in Michelle Bendy Stitches recent one of her recent live sales that she does on YouTube, here on Flosstube, or YouTube, and so it came in. So she was selling some of her needle minders, and I picked out one that was a cool little skull with a bonnet. It's so cool. And the back of it has a button on it as well. And it's the, if I remember right, that's like the little poison control. Like, I remember these stickers being back in the 90s for poison control awareness or whatever it was. So, that's what it reminded me of anyways. So, cool little Halloween needle minder. And it's actually going to go quite well with the pattern that I got. It's Colorful Cats Line Nightmare. Nightmare is the pattern name, from Kitty and Me Designs. So, pretty cool. No plans to actually start this anytime soon, but I might. It does have some Kreinik braid in it that I haven't really used a whole lot of, so that'll be interesting to get. And then the last piece to show is a, I forget now, maybe, I don't remember the whole name of this, but the company name is Bags Plus, and it's BAGZ Plus, found on Etsy, but the seller is out of the UK, and so Michelle is the US distributor. So ended up again getting this from her live sale, but this beautiful peacock material there, and it is for my floss. So like I showed right at the very beginning, where you can put your bobbins in the little pockets. This is a bigger one. I think there's like 25, 27 little pockets there. And there's even a little ring to put, I guess, if you had like the over dyed or something. But yeah. So that one was really pretty with the peacock on it. So not sure what project I will use that on, but we'll find something. Those come in so handy with being able to keep your floss together. So that is it for stitching, for haul, for Happy Meal, all that good stuff. Just a little tiny bit of life stuff, I guess. Yesterday I went with my girlfriend Crystal and her dad. We went to Rochester Hills here in Michigan. We went to a Trader Joe's. She lives in that neck of the woods, and so she goes shopping there all the time and has told me all about the store. And I've just heard so much about it that I needed to check it out. So I went with her to go grocery shopping. So I got all kinds of goodies, snacks, some frozen foods, so different stuff like that. And went to lunch. We ended up hitting this cookie bakery called Crumble. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that there's nothing like that around here because these cookies are amazing. They're pricey, but they're amazing, and they're huge, and they are served warm. They're amazing. And when I say huge, I mean, we're talking cookies that are like the size of that. So it was just a wonderful day. It was nice to get out of the house. It was a beautiful day weather-wise. Wasn't, too hot being out, going into a couple different stores and that. And just great company as well. So I've known this gal. Oops, sorry about that. I've known this gal my entire life, it seems. And just bestest friend in the world. And so, yeah, it was a great day. Things are going good with me for work. I can work overtime if I'm wanting to. I kind of got burned out a few weeks ago, and so I have not been taking the overtime. But with the holiday this week, wouldn't be overtime consideration, I guess. So maybe next week I'll go back to working some overtime again. We'll see. Wonderful, things are going great with the job, so very thankful. We are still working from home, which I'm so thankful for. I'm so not ready to go back to an office setting, and so it doesn't sound like there's even some consideration at the moment, especially with like the variant cases going up and all of that kind of stuff. They were talking about us going back to a hybrid schedule of sometimes being in the office, but haven't heard anything more on that. And I don't know, sounds like maybe that was just kind of taken off the table for now, so, which I'm fine with. So like I said, thankful that I still have a job. I'm thankful that we're working from home, and the work is going great. So that's really about it. Personal wise, there's really not a whole lot going on with me. Not much at all, and I'm okay with that. With everything that has been going on this year in terms of my health and everything, I'm okay not having a whole lot going on. So things are going good there, by the way. Still having some issues with an incision that got infected. Infected may not be the right word, abscessed, I guess, which I guess is a form of infection that I'm getting a second opinion on, so hopefully we'll get that going. I'm ready to go back to living my own life without having to go to doctor's appointments so much. So, but yeah, so I guess that's it for me. If at this point I feel like I'm just rambling, I don't have a whole lot left to say, I guess. Ready to get back to some stitching. And I've been watching CSI, the original Vegas CSI on Hulu, and just within the past couple weeks I saw on CBS that they're rebooting it, and so I'm so excited for that because Grissom and Seidel are back, and I love them. So that's starting August 6th, or not August, October 6th. So I'm excited to see that. So I hope everyone is well. Keep stitching. I hope, you're getting lots of stitching time in. For those in the U.S., tomorrow is a holiday. Hopefully, many of you are getting some holiday extended weekend time. I am very happy to have off work tomorrow. Getting low on that vacation time. I haven't had a whole lot of days off lately, so looking forward to just having a bit of day off. So yeah, stay safe and keep stitching. We'll see you guys again next time. Take care.